to another amazing episode of Beyond the Beauty. It is your girl Yavi Wasabi.
And the Kyanah.
And this is Beyond the Beauty. No expectations,
No opportunities,
underestimation, and this is why we are the table. Welcome back to another amazing episode of Beyond the Beauty. Whoop, 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 whoop. Let's not forget, this show is produced by iambeastnetwork. Back to the scheduled program.
So, Yavi, how is it producing shows around Indiana?
Oh, it's a struggle. I'm not gonna lie. It's fun, but it's really a struggle because, like, for instance, Rip the Runway. Okay,
Ooh.
Rip the Runway 2020. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2025, 2025,
24.
24, 25. It's one of those.
It's one
It's
of those
either
two.
it's either 24 or 25. Okay, it's one of them. But that was the first show I ever produced. I'm gonna tell you, I was not ready. Okay, I wasn't producing. I was a co-producer. So let's get that right. The producer was Keith Lee. Shout out to Keith Lee, by the way.
Yes.
But anyways, it was a struggle. I went in there blindsided. I didn't know what I was doing. But I knew that I had to come in as a model coach.
Right.
And I knew that I had to make the walks. Okay, create the walks. And with that, happening, I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is all great and dandy and all, but I can't do this by myself. It was like over 40 models. And I'm like, I just can't. And he wanted like 6 different walks for each designer. And I'm just like, look, I can't do it. So I had to bring the team in. And that's when I brought Kyanah in.
Yes.
That's when I brought Naira in. And that is when I brought Tien, the model, in, okay? And we, as a group, created those 6 walks, okay? And it was hard. Like,
definitely took some time. Definitely teaching everybody. It took time teaching everybody.
And I mean even the kids, everybody. It was so exhausting. And it's kind of sad because when the show happened, I didn't even walk in the show like I was supposed to. I got sick during the show day and I was in the back laid out. It was bad. But making those 6 walks and, helping co-produce made me realize that this job is not easy. And I'm not just talking about producing. I'm talking about modeling wise because it's like, not only, am I helping out with music, helping out with the designers and helping out with the models, but I also have to create. And that is something I've never really done for a group, for a big group. I've always created for myself.
Right.
Never created for anybody else. So doing that was a struggle. How about for you, Kyanah? Because you helped make the walks as well.
I definitely have to have a lot of patience.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was definitely a lot of people. Don't get me wrong.
It was a lot of people.
And it was hard trying to work with adults.
Yeah, it definitely was hard to work with adults, especially adults that are older than you, right? Because it's like, not saying that I get intimidated, but it could be a little intimidating. Because, again, I'm still new to this. Right. Like I said, 3 years, that's still new to me, okay? Until you got, the years like Kyanah got, hey, 3 years is still new to me. But, I don't know. It was just like a little nerve-wracking because this is the first time I am producing, okay? Co-producing, let me say that. Co-producing. And, walking in a room full of grown adults saying, this is what we're doing, this is how it's going to go, and you got to get this down. It's just so, because the looks and sometimes the attitudes that you can get. Kyanah, how did you feel about that? Did you catch any attitudes? Because I kind of did, but kind of didn't.
I kind of did, but kind of didn't too. It was, I wouldn't say so much attitude, but it was just like it was like the vibe of it, I would say. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but at the end of the day, I gotta remember this is my job. I gotta be the bigger person. I still gotta hold myself to a higher standard. So it was, I wanted to say stuff, but then I had to be like, "Whoop, wait a minute, you're still a coach." So yeah, it's definitely we gotta be patient with everybody.
Yeah, patience is definitely one thing because You know me, I do have patience, but I only have so much patience before I'm just like, come on now, get it together before I lose it. But no, producing the show with Keith was honestly such an amazing experience because it opened so many doors. I got, so many great opportunities. After that show, I actually got hit up by the director of Martin University to do my own show. And that was such a surreal moment because like I wasn't expecting that. Like that literally was something I said after that show, after Rip the Runway, I said I was never gonna produce again. They had me stressed. Okay, they had me, even though I was sick that day. Oh, leading up to that day, I was stressed. I was like, 6 walks, it may be a little too much. I don't know. But I did it, and I'm happy that I did it, and I'm happy that I got the opportunity. But leading on to the show that I did, now that's a whole different ball game because I am in control of that show. Okay, it's all me and my mother. Let's not forget mom, but it's all me and my mother. Okay, there is no help outside of that.
Right.
So putting that show together was such a not a struggle, but let's just say hanging on by a thread. And what I mean by that is I am reaching out to new people, not Indiana designers, not boutiques. I'm reaching out to people from Chicago to come and do the show. Okay, I'm reaching out to models to come do the show. And in my mind, I'm like, and I was telling my mom this, I'm like, I don't think anybody's going to do my show. I don't think anybody's going to do my show. She's like, Yavi, people are going to do your show. People like you. They're going to do your show. And I'm like, I don't know. So when it was time to do, I believe, the model call for it, a lot of people hit me up, and a good group of people showed up, but it was more of the hit up that was a lot. Like, people was, I want to be in the show, I want to be in the show, I want to be in the show. I'm like, okay, let's see who really show up for the show day. Show day come around, they showed up. I ain't gonna lie, they showed up.
Yes.
I was not expected. They showed up, and let me just say, even the designers, like all the designers showed up. And let's just say, I was so happy and just I was so blown away, honestly. So
that is amazing.
Great job. And shout out to my team that was also there. Shout out to Naira. Shout out to her mom, Coretta. They all helped. Shout out to Tian and Cheyenne because they also helped too. Love you guys. But Kyanah, have you ever co-produced a show? Or have you ever thought about producing a show or being a co-producer?
Yes. I was actually a part of, I believe it was, oh my gosh, what's the name of this show? Oh my gosh, everybody's gonna kill me. It was in February. Oh my gosh. Yavi, please tell me you know what I'm talking about.
Now, Kyanah, February.
Yes.
Okay, wait. Was the show here?
Yes, every single year, Yavi. Come on.
Who runs it?
It is different every year.
It's different every year.
Yes.
Does she even?
No.
Meet the artist. Yes. There we go. Meet the artist. Meet the artist. Yes.
Everybody's gonna get on me for that, but yes, I was. Yeah, that. Oh gosh, that looks real bad. But it's okay.
It's okay because we got it still, so it counts. It just took us a minute.
Yes, but I got to be a part of Meet the Artist this year. That was probably one of my biggest events that I've ever kind of helped hosted.
Right.
I was also a coach for that show as well. There was definitely a lot of people that showed up. I also made some new connections as well, so that was, a big opportunity for me. But Meet the Artist this year, it was so big. And usually I'm an audience member in the show.
Yeah.
And now this year, I was able to be a part of it and like behind the scenes and stuff. So that was a really, really fun experience for me.
So, like, how did it feel? Because I remember going there, and I remember I was like, wait, that's Kyanah down there. And I was like, wait, is she walking? And they was like, no, she's coaching. I'm like, wait a minute, Kyanah coaching?
Yes.
So how did it feel? Because this group of models, they were coming from everywhere, all different ages and sizes. Right. So how did you feel, or did it just feel the same like when you coached any other show?
So it was kind of like, I want to say a surreal moment for me, only because I've always wanted to be a meet the artist,
Right.
but I've never went out to any of the model calls. Or when I do go out to the model calls, something always ends up happening to the point where I can't walk in the show, but I can show up, you know? So being able to coach the show was great, but a lot of people were asking me, "Hey, Kyanah, are you walking?" I'm like, "No, I'm a coach for it, you know?" And they was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah." So being on the flip side of it, it was definitely some good exposure for me. I learned a lot of new stuff. I've also been trying to be more behind the scenes. That way I'm not always just doing just straight runway, you know. I'm still learning as I go. Definitely learning a lot of new stuff with being not being in shows, but like helping out with them and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a new learning experience for me, but I'm also enjoying it at the same time.
Do you like it? Because I told you my experience about that. Like, being backstage, let's talk about it. Being backstage, helping out backstage, it all no, it's every show. I was about to say it all depends on which show. It could be a little chaotic, but no, it's always chaotic. I'm sorry, it is always chaotic backstage. How do you feel, helping out backstage? Like, is it exciting? Is it stressful? Is it like, because for me, it's stressful.
It's stressful and draining. Like, I go to shows, I show up and I be ready to leave the moment I get there. That's how bad it gets sometimes.
Yeah, my favorite line is, "I'm ready to go before I even go to the place." I be at home getting ready to go to the place, and I'll be like, "I'm ready to go home."
Yes.
So
I'll definitely be drained a lot. Like, it's definitely a draining process. You have models trying on garments.
Oh,
you have people walking around. You have people not listening. Then you have people. Somebody's always talking.
You can say it
and
not
talking
listening
over
out
each
loud.
other. So it's definitely draining and stressful. But you still have to remember, this is a job. This is what you signed up for. Not follow through.
Even though some things I didn't sign up for, like attitudes, I didn't sign up for that. I mean, come on now, we're all friends here. Like, come on. But I want to touch on Miss Kyanah. I want to touch on something that I am not a part of, by the way, which is perfectly fine, but I always love and support. Red Print Magazine. Okay, so how's it going over at Red Print? Okay,
So
I heard y'all got some big things coming up.
Yes, we do. Really, really soon. But it's actually going really, really good so far. I've been with them maybe for about a year, maybe a year and a half. I'll say a year and a half. I think last year was my first time working with them. I ended up doing a photo shoot at Butler, and they asked me if I wanted to be on the cover of their magazine. And I was like, "Oh yeah, of course, I would love to. Love to put me on a magazine cover." So I was like, "Sure." Then a couple of months ended up going by, and they asked if I would like to be the creative youth director. And I was like, "Y'all want me on a magazine? Now y'all want me to be a creative youth director?" Yes, I would love to be creative youth director for Print.
Period.
So with that being said, it was just doors opening up after that. Ended up having our photo shoot, like our group photo shoot. Then they asked if I would like to produce my own magazine.
Ooh, now that's something big.
So yes, that's currently my big project that I'm working on now. Um, it's supposed to come out next year.
Oh,
supposed to come out next year. So I'm really excited about that. It's just, I've never thought about producing my own magazine, by the way.
Right, never been in my mind.
And it's so much that has to go into it. You have to find people to go into the magazine. Somebody to go on the front page, the back page, the middle. You have to put all of this hard work into it, and definitely some time and dedication into it. Because I want this magazine to be like, yes, like I want to look at every single page. I'm going to read every single word.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really making sure I take my time trying to produce this and make sure I produce it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want it to be like every other magazine that you see at Walmart
Right.
or that you see at Kroger.
Right.
I want mine to be different.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say different, I mean I want something that's going to catch my audience's eyes, you know?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So yes, that's currently the project that I'm working on now, and we'll also be doing the Rolling Red tour very soon.
Now wait, what's that about? Cause the Rolling Red tour.
Yes.
That sound like, I don't know. Sound like a big concert that's about to happen. Please let the people know what that's about.
Our Rolling Red tour is going to be basically bringing everybody together,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll be going on tour. We'll be here, I believe, in June or July.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we're also going to Atlanta as well, and in a couple of other places. But yes, the Rolling Red tour will be starting this summer actually.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also something that Red Print is coming up with. And yes.
See, now that's something that is honestly really inspiring. If y'all don't get inspired by a 16-year-old coming out with her own magazine, then I don't know what's inspiring to y'all, because that is to me, because I've never, like literally, I've never thought about coming out with my own magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've never thought about it. And the fact that they are giving you the chance and the opportunity to come out with your own magazine at 16 years old, once again, amazing. We love to see it.
Thank you.
You need to Red Print. Let's have to sit down. Let's have a little talk a little bit, okay? Cause
yes.
we seem like we here, okay? But as far as Red Print and things like that, how do you feel about your team? And I'm not trying to say the team is bad. The team is goated, okay? There's nothing but goats on that team. What I mean is, like, are you guys close? Well, like, what's the relationship status with y'all?
So my team, they're very supportive. I work with Tira.
We
love Auntie T and
Auntie
Sister T.
Sis T.
We love her. And then Drew, which is also the producer of
Mhm.
the print. I also have my grandma behind me as well. So those are like the main people that have really been supportive of me throughout this whole journey. Every time that we go out together, it's always laughing. Always. Cracking some type of joke. We're always giggling, laughing, screaming. It's always a great time. The energy is always very positive. And I love them because they let me reach for the sky. Because the sky's the limit. So if I have an idea or if I want to add something or feel like something should be put here or there, they're going to always back me up. They're going to help me as best as possible to try to achieve that goal. But I love my team. I appreciate you guys so much.
We love you, Red.
Love you guys.
Okay, so have you thought about producing for Red Print?
Oh, honestly, I really haven't thought about producing for Red Print only because right now I'm so focused on that magazine that any other type of project is probably not going to be achieved at this moment. But in the future, yeah, I would love to.
We would love to produce. We
We
would love to produce for Red Print.
Yes.
But yeah, back on the topic. Actually, we was always on the topic of producing.
Of course.
Because, Red Print, they produce as well.
Mm-hmm.
But, producing is just such a, what is the word I'm looking for? An eye opener.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Especially being as young as we are.
Mm-hmm.
Because you really see the true colors of some people when you are producing. Not to say anything bad with anybody I've ever worked with. All I'm saying is some people colors do come out, when you are backstage helping. Am I wrong, Kyanah? Or am I?
No, I think it's sometimes because people can be stressed, and stress can transfer from one person to another. Once I'm stressed, my grandma gets stressed, and then she probably gonna make 1,000 other people around her stressed. So
that is so real. But like, just because you are stressed, don't mean you gotta
go stress everybody else.
because not a whole show is about to be stressed.
Yes.
Right? But I don't know, just working backstage, you really see true. Not even just with whoever you're helping produce, but also with the models.
Right.
Okay, because I don't know, like when a model is stressed out, it's like they see nothing but black and just, oh my gosh, I need help. I need help. And it's like, please calm down because you're making me stress, okay? And I'm already stressing because, we 5 minutes behind on Showtime, right? And I don't even, actually, nah, I'm not going to get into it about being late on Showtime. But yes, it's just so, ugh. And that's the only thing I can say. It's just so, ugh.
So, quick question. Because, you produce shows and stuff. Would you rather work with adults or kids?
Oh. I love our children. I do. I have so many nieces and nephews. I'm saying this to save myself before I say what I'm about to say. But I'm sorry, I gotta choose adults. Kids are so. And this is coming from somebody who's worked with kids before. Kids nowadays, it's like a miniature teenager. It's like I just want to grab you up and just because let me tell you, kids they might not cuss, right? But they get so slick at the mouth, it's crazy.
Ooh,
and it's like you are only nothing but 9 years old. Relax before I have to put you in a chokehold, okay? And I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. I don't want to do that, but they be making me want to do that sometimes. It's like I'm coming to you all nice and polite, trying to be your friend, and you coming at me with an attitude. Like, what I do? What I do? But yes, I prefer working with adults. I do love working with kids, but I don't know. It's just working with adults. Yes, they can be tricky a little bit, but it's just so easier because they understand and there's no back talk. And that's the thing with kids. Me personally, and I always said this, kids they don't see me as an adult. They see me as a teenager. I could sit here and tell you to your face, I'm 21 years old. That ain't ground. That ain't ground. You said so. Therefore, they treat me like I'm a teenager instead of an adult, and they think they can do whatever they want until I get into serious mode, and then all that is pushed to the side.
Right.
And then they want to act like they got some sense. Versus when I'm working with an adult, I can say exactly what I want to say, and you perfectly understand it, and you don't give me no back talk. You just say, "Okay, I got it. I can do it."
Right.
But then, hold on, because everybody has their pros and cons.
Right.
The cons with working with adults is that sometimes, and this don't go for everybody, but sometimes when you are working with an adult, they also look at you like you are a kid. Now there are some adults who respect that, what I do at my age, and they can respect that. But then there are some new models, new people who know nothing about the model industry, who just want to do it for fun, just for a hobby, and they come in and they like, who is this young girl thinking she can boss me around? Who is this girl?
Ooh.
And I'm like, whoa, come on, friendly fire, relax. But I don't know, like, tell me, how do you feel?
Honestly, I prefer working with kids.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, Kyanah, you need to tell, how do you do it?
I just love children. Like, they're tiny humans, and they're just so cute.
They are.
I don't know. Maybe the group of kids that I worked with are just well behaved. Maybe they have parents that are strict, because when I work with them, they are very respectful. They know how to listen. They're very open to learning, and I feel like that's kind of a trait that adults don't have. They're not open to learning.
That is very true.
Kids, you could teach them how to do something, and they'll be like, "Oh, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it," and that's just like, I love people that are open to doing stuff and trying new stuff, you know? And I think that's one reason that I love working with kids. Now, there are times where they don't listen or they start talking over each other or they want to play during practice. Okay, now I gotta take off the nice stuff and start being a little bit more stern with
See,
y'all.
I got those type of kids.
But the kids that I don't have to use one of those stern voice and stuff like that. I don't have to. I mean, like, okay, y'all, let's line up.
See,
I don't have to be
I
like,
need,
y'all, line up for real. Come
I
on.
need the kids that you got because once again, the kids I got, they just want to play. They want to do TikTok and they want to do all that. And I'm like, we don't got the time. We got the time after.
Look, let me tell you, the best way to do this: first, stretch. That's gonna get all their little wiggles out. That's gonna get the start focusing in your brain, right?
Right.
Then you have them do whatever, their walks or whatever. At the end of our practices, not our practices, but at the end of the practices that I work with kids, I always let them do a freestyle walk. So whatever they want to do, if they want to twirl it in the middle, if they want to twirl at the end, if they want to do all this, I let them do it. I let them freestyle. I let them be creative when they're walking at the end of practice, only because I know that there are some people that do produce shows and they want the kids to walk a certain way.
Right.
So I teach them that, but then I also let them, kind of be creative with it,
Yeah.
So they're not just posing to the right, posing to the left. I just kind of let them be kids because at the end of the day, they are still kids, so they still kind of do need that, I guess, child mindset, But yes, just be a big sister to them. That's what I say.
See, I be trying. I'm telling y'all, I really do be trying. Even though I am the youngest out of all of my siblings, mind y'all. I have 5 siblings. I am the youngest out of all of them. I be trying. I really do. But then you have some kids that are just like me, or that used to be, just like me, where they are stuck in this bubble and they don't like the whole, doing all the twisting and twirling. Right. They just want to sit down and mind their own business. It's like, okay, how do I get you out of that shell? Because I was in that shell. I still am in that shell, okay? So it's like, how do I pull you out of that shell? And since you are clearly the kid whisperer, because I am not, I need you to tell me, how do I get a kid out of that type of mindset? Have them open up more.
Right. So I always take those kids that are very to themselves or that are in their bubble a lot. I always walk with them, so they know that they're not alone, or I have them walk with a partner. Now, the first time that they walk with a partner, maybe they won't do it the right way the first time, or they won't do it at all. You know? But it definitely, this is why I say you have to be very patient, because they're not going to get it on the first try.
Right.
They might not get it on the second try. They might not get it on the third try. But within those practices, they will start to be more comfortable. You'll see them start to open up way more. And just kind of let them blossom on their own.
Right.
But kind of push them to blossom, So I would say that's kind of the best way that I try to help them break out of that shell.
And that is amazing. And I do truly appreciate you saying that, because I need that type of advice, okay? Because I'll be struggling. But that wraps up today's amazing episode of Beyond the Beauty. It is your girl, Yavi Wasabi.
And the Kyanah Chanel.
And this is Beyond the Beauty. No expectations.
No opportunities.
Underestimation. And this is why we are the table. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget that this show is produced by iambeastnetwork. And Kyanah, let's not forget the tip of the day.
Tip of the day is to be kind to everyone, because you never know what somebody else is going through.